Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are just going to have a chatty day. I'm just realizing how much I have actually lost my voice. So maybe this isn't a good idea to be filming, but it's okay. I want to talk because I've to talk about. So excuse my voice, I did lose it just a tiny bit. Me and my sister went out to the Day to Remember show here in Baltimore a few nights ago. It was an incredible show. It was a Day to Remember, Papa Roach, Falling in Reverse, and The Devil Wears Prada. So amazing show. I haven't listened to like punk rock in years, so it was such a great throwback. Anyways, I did lose my voice after the show, so excuse that, but I'm going to push through this video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my experience with braces and a little bit of an update on where I'm at with my braces now, just because I've gotten a couple of requests to talk about it. So this is the second time I've gotten braces, so I do want to share with you a little bit of my history with braces and why I got them on for a second time and just a little bit of what is going on with my braces. Duh. That's what an update is. So growing up, my teeth were never perfect. I've always had an overbite and I've always had a problem with my front two teeth. To me, they always look kind of like buck teeth. For some reason, they just kind of were a little bit more forward than my other teeth. But even aside from my front two teeth in general, I did have an overbite. So I got my braces on in the 6th grade and then I got them taken off. I think it was like the middle to end of 8th grade, so a little bit over 2 years. I remember the first time I got braces, I got them on the top and bottom row and it was a full set of braces. If I remember correctly, a little bit before I got the braces on, you had to go in and get kind of like these metal gloves. I don't know how to describe it, but it's pretty much like a metal ring that goes around your big teeth in the back, and then you get the braces attached to that. Oh, and I also remember having to get spacers in before I got the actual braces on. So the spacers were like these little purple rubber bands that they stuck on your tooth, or in between your tooth in the back, so that you can get that little metal ring on later on. So yeah, that process was pretty much purple rubber bands to create a gap in between your teeth, and then after that they put the metal ring around the teeth and then they put the braces on. I remember when I first got the braces, I feel like my teeth were so sensitive. I felt like they were about to fall off because they were just so sensitive. I had nothing but soups and applesauce and juices for like a week, week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. But after a while your teeth start to set in that new shape that the braces are making, and then it honestly becomes not a bother at all. I do remember though that I always had a preference on which side I would eat food, so I always chewed on one side and it was the side that felt the least sensitive. So yeah, that's pretty much all I remember as far as getting my braces the first time was sensitivity. So I had them on for 2 years because again I struggled with an overbite. So for most of my braces journey I wore rubber bands. So the rubber bands were attached to a hook on the top and then on the bottom teeth. So pretty much the rubber bands would just pull my overbite back. After 2 years of doing that, I definitely noticed that it helped my overbite. So when I got my braces off, I was so happy with the way my teeth looked. I do, however, remember though that I still wasn't 100% happy with my front two teeth, but because that part of me having braces was mostly to fix my overbite, I was still really happy with the results because my overbite was fixed. So when I got my braces off, I remember I had the option to either do a retainer or Invisalign as my retainer. So you do need to get a retainer after you get your braces off just because it's going to help keep your teeth in that place. In other words, when you take your braces off, your teeth are probably naturally just going to move back into the position they were in before. So wearing your retainer is really important, and I probably should have worn mine more actually. To be honest, I was really bad about wearing my retainer. I probably only wore it at night, and then I remember I kept it off for so long, and then trying to put my retainer back in, it made my teeth so sensitive because like I said, after you get your braces off, your teeth will start to shift probably back into the old position they were in before the braces. So that's why it's really important to wear your retainer, because you don't want your teeth to shift. I didn't wear my retainer after I got my braces for like a week or two, and so when I did start trying to put them on, it started to hurt. I wouldn't say it hurt, it was just sensitive. That's the best way I can describe it, because there's no like pain with braces no matter what phase you're in. If you're getting them on, getting them off, I experience zero pain. It's just sensitivity. Okay, so fast forward some years, I was really bad about wearing my retainer and my teeth shifted a ton. But I also have to contribute that to the fact that my molars were coming in. Molars are wisdom teeth. It's one of those teeth that come in when you turn 18. So my wisdom teeth started coming in and I was definitely noticing that my teeth were shifting a ton. I was getting my overbite back a little bit, and then my front two teeth, which were a problem before, I felt like they were getting worse and worse. By this time I was in high school, like almost graduating high school, so I tried using my old retainer, but it just wasn't fitting at all, and it was just, I mean, I could put it in, but my teeth would get so sensitive that I knew getting braces back on was kind of on my radar. Because of my wisdom teeth and kind of having the idea of getting braces on again, I made it a point to try and get my wisdom teeth removed before I got my braces. So I actually went and got one of my wisdom teeth removed. It was a little bit before my birthday, so last year, right before I went to Vegas, I went into my dentist and we did, I guess it's called a local surgery to get my wisdom teeth removed. So what that means is I was fully awake for when she removed my tooth. We didn't do anything, like no laughing gas, no medication, nothing. The only thing we did was a shot of like numbing medication into my gums and she ripped that sucker out. Every time I tell people that I got my wisdom tooth out without going under, they're like so weirded out. But to be honest, I did not feel a thing. I love my dentist so much. She's in Virginia. So if you're in the Virginia DMV area, then definitely reach out to me. I'll let you know who I'm into, but she is incredible. So I got my wisdom tooth pulled out on this side, did not feel a thing, super happy about it because I already knew I wanted to get braces again, so I was kind of like preparing my teeth to have the room for braces and so that when I got them off again they wouldn't shift as much. So I got that one tooth out because this one, we took an x-ray and this one wasn't really ready to come out yet. So she told me to come back in a couple of months to try again. So last summer, like I said, we did Vegas and then I flew back to Colorado to be with my fiance for the summer. And then I came back here August. At the end of August, I went back to my dentist to try and get another wisdom tooth out. So we did it. I got numbed and I was ready. I was prepared. I was laying there. And unfortunately, she could not get the tooth out. So she was pulling for a good like at least 3 or 4 minutes and we could not, I could feel her pulling. I mean, I didn't feel her pulling, but like as she's trying to get the tooth, my head's like jerking back and forth, but I did not feel a thing otherwise. So she's trying to get this tooth out and I'm fully awake, fully conscious, but I don't feel a thing. Unfortunately, she couldn't get the tooth out, so I do still have that wisdom back there, but she said that it was so far up that it wasn't ready to come out and that it shouldn't affect me having braces and I could always get it out after I get the braces. For that reason, I didn't really have a set date for when I was going to get my braces on because I was kind of battling with the idea of getting that tooth out before I got the braces on or just getting the braces and worrying about the tooth later on. Randomly one day I woke up and was just like, you know what? I'm going to go see an orthodontist. I'm going to set myself an appointment to see what they have to say about my teeth. So I woke up and went to the orthodontist and I was not expecting to get braces that day, but I got braces that day. So this is the second time I've had braces and I got them on in November of 2017. During the consultation, they told me that they could definitely help me with the front two teeth, which was my main concern, and my slight overbite. But they said my teeth in general were already pretty straight. There wasn't a really big issue, so they estimated about 6 months that I would have my braces on. So after a month or two, my orthodontist was telling me that my teeth were looking really great and that I would probably could get my braces off sooner than the estimated 6 months. And I agreed. After a month or two, I definitely noticed a difference in my teeth. I remember when I first got them on, the wire was very zigzag. And then like a month later, they were perfectly straight. So I was really happy with that. But again, I was having such an issue with my front two teeth. So after my third visit, he told me that I could get my braces off after my next visit if I was ready. But I kept on telling him that my front two teeth were the issue. I don't know why, but I could not be convinced that my front two teeth were straight yet. He did explain to me because of the shape of my front two teeth, they're not going to look as straight as I would imagine. I've also had a really bad problem throughout the years with grinding my teeth. So the bottom of my teeth are almost kind of like, I guess they're kind of like shaved off or chipped. So for that reason, my front two teeth also don't appear as straight as I would want them to. So we did talk about shaving the bottom of my teeth before or after I get my braces off, just to help make them look a little bit more straighter. I've honestly asked all of my family members, everybody that's really close to me, what they think about my front two teeth, because for the past, like, I don't even know how long, I've always thought that my front two teeth were a problem and they've never been straight, even after having braces 2 times. I still think they're kind of like this, and I want them to be like this. So here we are today, about 4 months. I think it's been about 4 months, and I am scheduled to get my braces off the middle/end of April, so next month. Speaking of chipped teeth and like grinding my teeth or whatever, I do remember in middle school, so the first time I had my braces, I went over to one of my friend's house and we were swimming in his pool, racing, and I think we were swimming a little bit too close because he accidentally elbowed me in the face and my brace like pierced my lip. It sounds so scary and gross, but it really honestly wasn't that bad. Pretty much my lip had got caught onto the brace. So there's like this little hook that I was talking about earlier where you hook on the rubber bands. So yeah, my lip pretty much got caught on that little hook. And it's not like a fish hook, it's like a rounded, like, making it sound so much worse than it really is. But yeah, I remember that happening, and to this day I still have like a scar on the inside of my lip on the side from when that happened. It didn't hurt though. I did like one of these. Like, I smiled kind of funny just so I can like get my lip uncaught off the brace, so yeah, no biggie. I just realized that my dog was totally napping this entire video, so excuse him. So yeah, like I said, I am getting my braces off in 6 weeks because I just had my appointment this past Wednesday. This past appointment, he did readjust or reposition my front 2 teeth just a little bit more, just to make me happy, because I don't know, I struggle with believing that my teeth are straight. As long as I'm happy with the way they look by the next time I see them, yeah, we can get them off. So that is it for my braces experience and little update of where I'm at right now. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely leave them down below because I love reading your guys' comments and answering them. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!